And welcome back to the GC Sports YouTube channel. My name is T-Bird, bringing you tonight's GC Sports Cringe Xfinity action from Talladega, the second of the doubleheader tonight from GC Sports. After Mo Cat took the first race in the Giggity Xfinity Series, we have the Cringe guys now set to go up. It'll be Nick, 2019 champ, on the pole in his second race back. Back in action as we'll get set up here in a moment. Meanwhile, we'll welcome in our second guest in the booth, Mr. Probably Your Dad.
How's it going?
Howdy, howdy. I saw that the timer was going.
So before we kick this off, T-Bird, what do you think we'll see tonight? You think we're going to see the Holy Send at 150 or the Choo Choo 150?
I think we'll see. I think you'll see a little bit of both. I think drivers. This is going off the first race. Drivers seem to be really calm early on in the stages, which these are short stages. But as things start ramping up, you go through pit stops, blah blah blah. You'll start to see things pick up as you get later and later into each stage.
That's when you're supposed to reply to what he said.
Oh no, he capped it off pretty well.
Well, then in that case, yeah, we'll just take it as that is. Alrighty. And looks like we are about to go once again, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. It looks like we're waiting for somebody.
Yeah, I was in the middle of reading what's going on.
Alright, well, it looks like we'll have more filler to do. So, stage lanes tonight, 10 laps for each of the stages, I believe, and then a 28 final stage run, which means we'll definitely have a green flag pit stop the third stage with no cautions on this series. And no way you'll be able to make 28 laps. Not even the custom guys can manage that one. I think... looking at guys making their debut on the Cringe side of things tonight. Tuckball, who just finished 11th in the Giggity race, making his Cringe debut, driving the 66.
You can join.
As we'll blue screen real quick. Hopefully, Dad, you're good as well.
Yep.
Just looking quickly. Nike Boy Will making his debut in the Cringe side of things. JCR JWoww is indeed back tonight after a little bit of a hiatus in the season. And I believe that's all the new faces around here.
So out of the new
And
faces,
then you have
who's your
Trav
favorite
that
favorite?
dropped back down.
Alright. So, as you're saying, Dad?
No, I was asking, out of those favorites you just listed, or out of those new faces for tonight that you just listed, who's your favorite out of those for tonight? To kind of break it up.
Me.
I think Tucky works really well for a lot of people. I think he definitely has a chance of getting a nice finish right here as he starts third. But it's going to be Nick, 2019 champ on the front with Story Square to his outside, also making his Cringe debut. Actually, there's another one. And it looks like Story Square with shove from the 39 of Topster, another guy that's just featured on the Skaggy side. They've all gone at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna rejoin.
Yeah, it looks a bit laggy. It's going to be 3 wide, middle of the pack. Topster's dropped down behind the 18. The 18's now got a huge shot forward, actually. That might be something to look into. Maybe a bit of bumper lag right there. But it'll be Nick, 2019 champ out front. 39 of Topster, followed by Tuck and JWoww. And then looking back, Blue Pit. I actually believe he's also making a Cringe debut. A lot of the Giggity Xfinity guys making their Cringe debuts if they hadn't already. That seems to be the storyline here.
Yeah, good to see that. Good to see them trying out this side of the Cringe League.
Yeah, definitely. I think both these sides have something new to have their own elements, and we'll get to see what this one brings. As Nick still out in front over Topster. Topster has a bit of a gap back. That could be for a plethora of reasons. Back in the field, still getting himself situated. It looks like one car is off the pace, and that would be the 61 of Brew Crew. He's out the back, but otherwise we have about 18, 19 cars that are going to be in this line right here.
Yeah, it looks like the first battle's about the 12th to 13th position. Got one hung out there on the top. Everyone else just seems to be tucking in on the bottom. Biding their time for this first stage. See what they can make a run for at the end here.
Yeah, that's the newcomer, Nike boy Will, up high right there. As there's a run coming up front, Tuck and Topster, and there's Frankie Racing up there as well. Meanwhile, down low is Nick Champ and JCRJ with Blue Pit and Justin Shack to follow on the inside, and a whole lot of guys down that bottom still. Side by side, Topster's gotten up there. Nick Champ had sort of went up there.
Topster's really going to have to side draft here because that top lane completely disformed there off of 4.
Yeah, but he's going to have another push right now, and there's more coming. There's 15.99. And we look back, bit of contact between Topster and Justin Shackett.
Top lane starting to get formed here, but not much of a run. I think they're going to fall back.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's going to be a thing right here. Unless this inside line starts getting like discombobulated again, which it looks like 4th place Justin Shacking on inside line. So we're backing off the one car and just giving him room. That might be what the outside needs, having them just back off each other a little bit so while they're pushing each other. But now Topster comes down with a whole plethora of other cars, and it looks like everyone's just going to try to file in. A bit of contact, bit more contact. We'll take a look back here with Cap Jack to see what he's looking at with these guys side by side still. 3 wide even in the back.
Underneath the 15.
Yeah, he just lets him back in now. Not worth going 3 wide this early in the race. 10K's able to get back in.
I'm sure Denko appreciates that.
Yep, smart move early on in the race. Try not to scare yourself early. Live to fight for the rest of the stage, which, granted, again, short stage, but you gotta pick and choose your battles. As now we look back up at the front of the pack. It's Nick Champ still out front. JCRJ second now. And it's Blue Pit.
Up from starting P7.
Yeah, he has had a nice start to this race.
Justin as well from starting P11 all the way up to 4th now. Rounding out your top 5, I believe. Is that just Cannon Zero? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Oh, it looks like someone is trailing off to the back. Trying to figure out who that is right now for let's see here. It's Nascar 82 out of the pack. He had something on. Was down below the apron, and he's now way out the draft. Salt Life
is Brew Crew in the Brew Crew 34 and the number 61. He's out of the draft all alone, crossing the line right now.
Yep, 3 wide in the middle of this pack as looks like Story Square and Cap Jack is falling backwards with Salt Life leading both of them.
Nike Boy Will in the 20 car just got the best of that, moved up 4 spots about in that one turn. A little bit of action up front now. Blue Crew is going to go with the 74, trying to make something happen.
As there we go, Justin Shacken out in the leader, and oh, it looks like a bit of issues going on with the 8 and 9, perhaps. Just a little bit of back and forth there.
Yeah, I saw that too. It scared me.
Right there in the third spot is V3, Daddy Boy. Right now, just
one able to get back down to the bottom. Unfortunately, JCRJ Wow in the 7-4 was not able to.
Now he's fit his way in there, a little bit behind. That's going to be, it looks like Capjack and one other way back there now. Justin Shackett leads, Just Ken second, V3 third now. As we continue on to stage 1, probably getting closer and closer to the end. Not
3 to go.
So not quite the last lap, but we'll see some guys starting to make their move right here. As they go down the Alabama gang super stretch right here. And some action going on middle of the pack. K2005 on the bottom. Nike Boy Will stays in front of him. There goes Blue Pit on the outside with Harvick and Bayhawk, and now a couple others in the back, Story and Denkate.
Yeah,
also
I saw
there.
someone be really aggressive trying to get back down to that bottom to make sure that they didn't lose any more spots. I think it checked a few people up there.
All right, now we hit 2 to go, and Just Ken, we've both known him to be very aggressive this season. When it comes to being in this spot, you would have to think that the move's going to come from him, but you never know. It could come from further back and catch even him out by surprise. You have the 89 there. He's usually a mid-pack driver. He's probably enjoying the opportunity to be up front right now. In that
That's
80.
exactly what Justin's hoping for. The further back that run comes from, the better it looks for him.
Right, because the more momentum is going to need to take to get all the way back up to him, and you'll also have more guys just directly behind you. As it looks like the 89 shuffle. The 89 shuffle out of the line there. Coming to the white flag in stage number 1. Justin Shackett leads. Now Rockstar moves into third place. They're going fanning out back there. Oh, 74 is down. And a huge wreck! There's a massive wreck back there.
2 cars upside down. Meanwhile, up front, Just Ken's looking underneath. Couldn't get under Justin. Tucks back in. Rockstar in the 54 behind.
It looks like Rockstar is going to be trying to get the run from third here.
Just Ken, nothing to do right now but push
It looks like if everyone behind Rockstar goes with him, it'll be a 2v4 for the stage win. Here he comes, Rockstar ahead of steam, out of 4. Just Ken blocks it.
Nowhere he can go.
Here comes Frankie racing. He's pinched down again. Now Frankie's going to go outside. V3 goes inside. It'll be Justin gets. Everyone's around. Holy. And there's, Just Ken flip it after he's crossed the line for stage 1. And so is Topster out on top of that. Alrighty. Justice Jacket, I think, just got that by the skin of his teeth right there. Frankie racing.
That was close.
I hope we have a few more ending, stage 2 end of race finish just like that one.
I'm right there with you. I am right there with you.
Good.
Frankie racing just maybe like 20 more feet has that move complete. Just read that perfectly. Just Ken goes to block Rockstar right there, and he's just able to pull back in, get more draft off the 4, and then pull back up and have a huge run towards the line.
I thought the side draft was going to give it to him. But Justin Shackett can
Frankie
P11
did not
with 10
pit.
stage points.
Frankie did not pit. I repeat, Frankie did not pit.
We will see how that pans out.
Yep,
Back out. Frankie leads. He's going to get under the apron and just give it up. Justin's going to have sole possession now.
Yep, a unfortunate turn of events after having such a good run at the end right there. He's going to probably have to either save and hope he could, and pray to God that he can make it. Or
he's really got to hope he's the only car that goes a lap down, or if that doesn't go a lap down. But I think with him pulling off early like that, it's going to solidify him going a lap down.
Well, no, he could try to get back up here and just try to save at the very end of this pack, and if he's able to do that, then
that is true.
he has an outside chance at least. I think at the very least he's going to try staying in his pack, whether it's he has to pit or not, because if he does pit, then at least he'll probably still be able to stay out mostly in front of leaders. It looks like NASCAR 82 and Nick Champ also go back behind him. Meanwhile, back out front as we cross the start-finish line for the first time is Justin Shack, and now Cap Jack up to the front for the first time this evening. Rockstar in third.
Harvick Paul going backwards.
Yeah, he's just sort of stranded on that outside line. K2005 in the 90 car. He's P4 right now as the outside line sort of trying to get a run built up. It looks like Nike, Blue Pit, and a couple others were trying. Now Nike's back in line as we look back here. Now, way back in this pack, we have battles going on. That's Assault Life, Frankie Racing. Yeah, I don't know if I would be trying to go and battle like that if you're not sure on whether you can make it or not, but that's his judgment, not mine. Well, Mayo's getting involved in the comments saying that was the dumbest finish he's ever seen, which I have to politely disagree with for stage 1. But I digress.
Action and excitement and drama is what you want. You'll get it here.
Yeah, you always get at Talladega, that's for sure.
As Blue Pit, he is falling back to the back now. He keeps really wanting to get that outside going. Unfortunately, he can only grab a couple of friends with him each time he tries it.
Yeah, him and Jay Manry in the Giggity race, those were the two that were always trying to get a run going on the outside as well. So, just a very aggressive driver.
One driver I would keep an eye on is that third place car again.
That's a Rockstar who we're currently have the camera following. As right there in that 54, he's
a little bit of movement in the back. NASCAR 82 in the wall in the 5 car.
Yeah, this feels real shuffled up right now from where we started at with multiple wrecks going down. As we look, top 5, Justin Shack, Cap Jack, Rockstar, K2005, Just Ken. And then you look back there, Bayhawk, Nike Boy Will, JCR JWoww is already making his way back up with Topster K Gaming right behind him.
We have had our first blown motor, V3 Daddy Boy in the 89, I just saw.
That is unfortunate, especially after no blown motors in the custom race. We'll get one right here in the 89. It looks like NASCAR 82 FK and Nick Champ falling off the pack as well, back there.
How many to go, Justin, at the line here?
5 to go.
Okay.
So about halfway through stage number 2 right here. It looks like Just Ken's backed off. I don't know if this is for a run or just for necessity of trying to stay off the 90 too much. If he has something going on, but he's backed off. He continues to lay off, so I'm guessing it's just giving him space, if I had to guess. Although, granted, that is quite a ton of space if you're going to just give someone a little bit of room to work.
Yeah, it has been gradually growing. He might try to make a run here.
Yeah, we'll see what he does coming down. He could just be riding this out for what he needs to do. It looks like cars coming off pit road. I believe that would be the 11. If anyone's going to be down pit road. Yes, it is.
Which is actually going to work out for him. Because he should be the only car a lap down.
Yeah, that looks to be how it's working out right now. He'll join back up at the tail end of this line. And we'll probably out of that line, actually. And Ken just remains to like lay off. Now 90's sort of joining him actually. So that's 4 from back with a huge gap to the top 3. Well, at least in Talladega terms of a huge gap. Now 90's come back up. He's sort of like in between those 2 lines. Yeah, you know what I mean. As now it looks like
3 to go, I think. Coming to 2 to go.
Yeah, coming to 2 this time.
Yep. So there's.
One car breaks out. I believe it's a 39.
Yeah, there's the 39. He's not going to have help. He's just going to have to tuck back in for now.
Yeah.
And then, so top 4 are all together. Looks, we think the run's coming for 5th. We don't know yet. Things could change in these 2 laps. Just Ken starting to reel back into 90. Well, at least it looked like he was. Now we're at
his run may be impeded because they're 3 or 2 wide further back.
Yeah, we see that Bayhawk, Blue Pit, and Salt Life was with them, but he's dropped back down now.
Blue Pit again trying to make that top work. Ken has a run. He didn't go for it. He did suck up to the back of the 90 though.
Very interesting, and now he's sort of laid off again. How far will they lay off, though, in terms of cars in line? Will it only be 5th? Will it be 4th? Will it be 3rd? Will it even be 2nd place? Trying to lay off.
Well, Ken has to make the run before anyone else in front of him does.
You're right about that, but he really can't because Topster and all those guys were trying to make a run themselves up high.
That is true. They are to the outside of him, and the outside line has the numbers. He's going to have to go for it now and try to come up in front of them if he wants to.
Yeah.
The inside kind of gets reformed.
And he can't really get nothing.
Nope. He had to get back to the 90 so that the outside line didn't advance.
Yep, and now Rockstar is not the hugest gap, but he is backing off a little bit.
That outside line is back. The 39 of Topster to the outside of Rockstar. Ooh, he gets stormed by 90. They're making contact. Ken into the 7.
There goes Rockstar. Pulls it.
Around Salt Life.
Salt Life, Topster caught up in things. Justin Shack's going to be able to hold on as Rockstar can't get the run to go. And that'll be Justin.
I'm not going to lie. I was not brake checking, but I was holding the brake and the throttle at the same time because I knew Rockstar was trying to make that move. So I was trying to make the gap as small as possible for him to try to get the run to make the outside catch up to him.
Very just a strategy.
And he couldn't make the run to the outside. He couldn't get that much of a run going to the outside.
Captain Jack.
I was dragging the brake. That's what you call it.
Well, I mean, it worked out for you there. You sweep the stages for the Cringe side things. And that makes it both series having the first 2 stages swept, I should say. Mopal got all 3 stages when he won earlier tonight. Will Justin Shack be able to do the same?
Nascar 82 did not pit from the back of the pack.
Yeah, this could be something right here. As we go green, NASCAR 82 looks like he's going to pull down. Justin Shack should have an opportunity to come down and presume the lead of this race. He will.
And Ken's able to get in front of Captain Jack now.
And that...
Sorry.
That looks to work for him. As Just Ken will get 2nd place. Behind, they're still sort of trying to figure things out. Blue Pit, oh, he's cut off the 39. Quite a decent bit right there. And more contact now.
Again, contact. Everyone saves it.
We're all good.
And now Ken is starting to do the same thing to Justin that he was doing to Page 2005 at the end of stage 2.
Contact 9061. Looks like they're going to be fine for now, but that's just going to drop them further back.
The 61 into the 15.
Oh, my. Contact. Oh, 90 in the wall. He's going to have to get back in that draft quickly here. Does he have the pole? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, 15 is way below the yellow line. He's going to have to just pull back at the tail end right here. That's Denkate. Outside line is semi-formed, but it's only side by side for like 6th, 7th place right now, led by Bayhawk. And now it looks like Tuckball's going to go and take the lead of that thing himself. So how about it? Maybe he could try to drag the rest of them. Oh, and then a bit of lag, just sort of discombobulate. Just, oh, 61's around 15, hard on the inside wall.
Brew Crew and Denkate.
Yeah, just a little bit of lag, just sort of stacks up the outside. 61 hits the wall, comes back down. The 15 has absolutely nowhere to go. And that's probably those two's race right there. And oh, Nick Chance in the inside wall over here. He is around now on the backstretch. Shenanigans are afoot. And this main pack right here, multiple cars out of race contention, I would have to say.
One car came down pit road. I think it was a 74.
74, and he is blown. He saw it, went down pit road, revved that up to 9,000 RPMs like Days of Thunder, and just blew it.
There was a lot of blocking for the yellow line there up front.
Yeah, and meanwhile, side by side for the lead, it's Blue Pit, Bayhawk. It looks like Trav, Topster.
Battling 7th to the lead in about a lap. That's impressive.
Yeah, well, something might happen with Just Ken because he was second in line. He's dropped back quite a few cars in the inside line now.
There was a lot of position changing when they were all blocking for that inside line. I don't know who
he was trying to make a run, Just Ken did, and then the one car got a run on him and put him 3 wide in the middle.
That would explain that, but now it looks like Blue Pit's not going to be able to hold on to it. Just Ken looking on the 11 car, who's now back in the lead lap and back up to the top 5, and still looking underneath him.
Wow, Just Ken forces it under him.
That.
Can't leave an inch here.
Oh, and way up to the outside line now. Contact galore. Battling. Oh, there goes the 99. I think that was below the yellow from contact right there. These guys are still beating and banging each other.
They're not having a good race. Somebody else blew an engine.
I believe the blown engine's JWoww, unless someone else has done it in the meantime.
There are 2 cars on pit road.
Yep, that would be.
It was the 89 from earlier.
Yep, you have the 89 from earlier and JC or JWoww. Those are the 2 blown engines at this point in the race. Nike Blue Will up to 4th place now. Capjack back in 2nd. Rockstar in that 3rd spot once again. He seems to find himself there quite a lot today. It's like now we might have calmed things down for a moment.
Nike Boy Will having a great run from starting 19th today.
Right about that. He's up to 4th place. Here comes Just Ken once again in that 5th spot. He's sort of laid off once again. Does he go for something? Topster is out of line. More action going on back. Blue Pit's trying to lead another outside line. And then drops quickly back down, leaving Trav and Salt Life out to dry. So Justin Shackey leads, and Catjack 2nd, Rockstar 3rd, Nike Blue 4th, Just Ken 5th. As we're all single file here. Bayhawk's going to be shuffled out of the line to the very end. He was towards the back anyways, and now there goes the 90 as well. There goes K2005 towards the rear. Oh no, he's going to be able to fit right in between him and Tuckball. Tuckball goes outside, trying to get that 1 extra spot. Can he get it? He has help from Topster on the outside, but now it looks like they both might lose out in all this. And yes, they will. He tries to get in on Blue Pit, cuts him off a little bit. Bit aggressive trying to get that spot. you have the 5 car dropping in between a 90 and a 66.
I think he's in fuel save mode because he didn't pit.
I believe you would be right about that. He's just trying to make as long as he can and seeing
He's gonna come this time.
Yeah, man, he's...
No? Yeah, he is. He's coming this time.
Yep, there goes the 5 car down pit road. He has no friends there. Quite unfortunate for him.
Blue pit once again. The one of blue pit in the 90 of K2005 have been from the back to the front in this race. It feels like about 4 times.
You're right about that. I mean, those guys have been quite aggressive, especially that one car. He's been the leader of that outside lane multiple times, and it's worked out sometimes, not so much other times. As now, speaking of the outside lane, here he goes again. Well, this time it doesn't quite manifest up quickly. Looks like not a lot of people want to battle a whole lot with pit stops coming up soon.
Speaking of pit stops, about how long until we start making pit stops, Justin?
I have 9 laps of fuel left, so it all depends on who makes the first move.
Alright, thank you for that. Now, I believe these guys ran their tanks out a bit more than just splitting the stage halfway in the Giggity race.
Big checkup behind blue pit from the 90.
It's because the 5 was trying to get on the track before the turn.
Okay.
Yeah, and that has separated these packs into 2.
And the one left in the middle is the one of blue pit. I don't think he has anything off of that the front guy. No, he might now. Definitely does now.
Yep, 1 was the loneliest number out there, but he's going to take a run at it and hopefully bring some friends from behind him to help out. Sort of try to get everyone back together, I would hope. On one hand, he has help behind. On the other hand, does he still have the help in front? It looks like he might.
He does.
He does, and this is going to be a gargantuan run right here off from behind the 99 of Story Square. Story Square already looking half lane up just to be like, don't think about it. And he won't do it yet. More folks on getting everyone together, which fair play for him. Bayhawk and Traff go up at the very end, but they won't have numbers.
K2005 looks to the top.
Yep, he also will not have any luck with that.
Ooh, a lot of movement in the back.
Contact and
2 under the apron.
And there's a wreck. Bayhawk's around at least. There's the 7 car.
I think he is the only one that lost it.
Only one that lost it. A couple others caught up by it off the pack now.
Yeah.
A pack of maybe
lap, including Nascar, who is a lap down.
Yeah. You're completely right about that, and that is a huge blow in the race for Bayhawk. Meanwhile, we take a look back out front. Justin Shack is still leading, and despite all what's been going on, it's been very calm up the front, at least for now.
I think it could get crazy again, like it did at the end of stage 1.
Oh, I'm right there with you. We still have a solid 10 plus cars in this line right here that could easily start pulling up a little bit of chicanery, so to speak. Especially now with pit stops just looming. I mean, you have to think everyone's probably at like 5 laps or less at this point on fuel, and I think those are some signals actually as we talk about it. I think that's a tuck ball and
66 now signaling.
Yeah, looks like Tuckball, maybe Topster. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I definitely saw the 66 of Tuckball and the 39 of Cobster.
Will they be the only two?
Yes, they are.
They are the only two. Maybe someone back here tries to go full send on it. No. So 2 car tandems. Try to figure things out. But meanwhile, lap cars ahead. These guys trying to figure out when they're going to pit. Looks like Salt Life and Blue Pit trying to hang on to dear life.
Justin's going to be pitting your leader, and he's going to drag a lot of them, I think, with him. I think I saw Ken also signaling.
Ken looks like he's signaled. Don't think I saw Cap Jack, Rockstar, Nike, so any help for Justin's going to have to come from 5th on back. Although, actually, look at it, Nike Boy does come down. And it's actually just Ken that stays out.
So another pair of cars. I'm going to guess this is going to be the big one where we're going to see a lot of cars in this stop, or this time or the next.
I'm going to have to agree with you right there as we come down to the nitty gritty of it. Capjack leads, Rockstar 2nd, Just Ken 3rd, Story Square, and Frankie racing into top 5 for the moment. And
some lap traffic.
Yep.
61. Let's see if that'll shuffle anything.
Yep, they all look like they all just about go high. It looks like Salt Life tries to beat everyone to the punch going up high. He might win out a few spots. Brew Crew's still hanging on.
And no pit stops that time.
No pit stops as they deal with lap traffic. But Salt Life has gone and made a huge leap of things up into the top 3 at the moment.
Yeah, when they were coming up to that lap car, he was there. He caught all of them catching. He caught them. He was playing offense while they were trying to play defense. We have the 11 back up there trying to make a run to the top. No signals again this time.
No signals as we have the 2-car tandem of Justin Shack and Nike Boy Will. And they're going to get passed right here, actually. So at the moment, they're lapped down. That will cycle out, but yeah, I think if... Oh, a bit of chaos. There goes Rockstar.
He doesn't have the run. Here comes Salt Life. He will, but I don't think he has anyone with him.
It looks like Salt Life, as fast as he came up to that top 3, is going to get shuffled out of it. Now everyone's sort of playing the waiting game at this point. Well, they go here.
Yeah, no signals.
Oh boy, this is getting tense.
This is definitely going to be big. This could play out really well for the guys that pitted early if these guys don't have a clean entry to pit road.
Right. There's Frankie, Story, and a couple others in the back. There they go. Oh, it looks like Story's in the wall. Salt Life, Frank, and Blue Pit also went with Story and Frankie.
Right now, in the best position if things don't go well for those leaders getting on the pit road are Tobster and Tuck.
Yep, as there's the final pair, or 3 cars, I should say, of guys signaling. That's Cap Jack, Rockstar, and Just Ken. Nike Boy Will's going to hop in line for the moment just to grab the spot ahead of Justin Shackett, and there goes the rest of the leaders.
Really conservative for the 44. No, I think the 54 might have just got in hot. He was close to being either speeding or not.
Yeah.
Jack seemed to be conservative getting on there, but that's probably the smart play.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin your race from speed and penalties. If you're not the first car leading, that's fine. You could recover that. As there's Frankie racing, getting passed by Tuckball and Topster. The Blue Pit might be out in front of them. Cap Jack has taken 2 tires and has left Rockstar and Just Ken in the dust. So here's Capjack. First car out of the last three to pit.
I believe that's going to leave Tuck and Tobes the two leaders, right, Justin?
Oh, not quite. I think it's Capjack.
Okay.
Everybody in front of us took 2.
Yeah, I see
that. But the 4 of us are getting hooked up right now with Nike the 11 cars, so we should all pass these guys because they're not lined up.
So Capjack,
the 20 on the wall, the 39.
Oh,
Justin, save it. That's going to be a lot of momentum lost.
Yep, you're right about that, and I think the 39 has an issue.
Yeah, the car and Chuck Ball just completely made a bonehead move, being on 2 tires.
K2005, I believe, has a blown engine in that 90 car. Just a quick tidbit there.
Unfortunate, that was a pretty strong car.
Story Square is going to be the first one to catch up to Capjack out of the leaders, and he's using the lap car of Denkate to sort of help him with that here. How about this? He's going to get to Capjack. The next group's another tandem in Blue Pit and Rockstar, and then you have the huge group back there. 8 to go. Who's going to catch who? Who's going to make the pass? Who's going to win the race? We'll find out in about 17 miles, I'd have to say.
No, I have it. Okay, you can't just come here and tell me I've been on all day. I've been getting up all the time because I have no.
As here they come, Story Square. Yeah, I think it's got the momentum and probably to drive to Capjack.
He does. Will Denkate go with him? I believe he has to.
There he goes. There's the move. Capjack doesn't block. Denkate goes with the 99. And there is that. Yep, that's the new leader. Story Square, not quite clear yet. Meanwhile, Rockstar and Blue Pit were caught by that second group, and now they will be coming with a full head of steam towards the leaders. And the leaders are still side by side.
The one car just put the 0 in the wall.
And there's still going to be side by side. Capjack has done absolutely insane to keep it side by side with Story Square and Denkate, and now it's actually kept out in front of him. As now he has help from the 7 car, Bayhawk, the lap car, and they both go around. Denkate will follow those 2.
Six to go.
So 6 to go, and now here's the story. You have the 2 leaders and 2 lap cars together. And a huge group of, well, not really a huge group, it's 4 lead lap cars together in that second group with Rockstar leading.
The problem is we're losing, not gaining enough time because Rockstar's on 2 and the 3 of us are on 4.
You are catching now. I think, how many leaders are in that first group of 4? 3?
2.
No, 2.
I think you gotta.
If Rockstar jumped to the back of this line, we'd catch more.
Looks like. Meanwhile, that second group, that might be falling apart here. Denkate's trying to go around Bayhawk. And Story Square, he's going to want to get around the 44 eventually, you'd have to think.
I think his best bet is to stay behind him until the end. It's better to make it a 2-car fight than a 6-car fight.
That is very fair. But do note that if the second group catches, he has the 2 buffer cars, he gets to read where to go for the block as well.
It is true. 4 laps to go this time.
Yep.
What a
You
guy.
guys have to dump Rockstar. If we dump Rockstar, we're gonna catch them. We're losing time because of his old tires.
Now that Dentate and Bayhawk aren't getting too racy, I think that those front two might be at a pretty good advantage at this point.
I would say you're right about that. 44 to 99. 1, 2. There's a 2-horse race coming down to 3 to go. It would seem.
'54 is catching little by little. It's going to be close to see if he might have a sniff of those 2 lap cars at Bayhawk's back bumper at some point on the final lap.
Yeah, they hit 3 to go. That gap's still about 2.5 seconds, I'd have to say. Maybe even more than that. I don't know.
It's steady at 2.5.
Yep, and there's Joe Story. There he goes. He's looking outside. Has the lap help behind. Denke stays low. Bayhawk goes high. It'll be side by side by side. This could be the race right here.
That is the saving grace that second pack wanted right there, for that to come early before 1 to go. That's exactly what they want. They're going to get there now. I think they might have a chance at it as long as they stay side by side for this next complete lap.
Yep, here to go. 2 to go. Story Square let that lap from the outside. But here comes Capjack fighting back on the inside now. They're side by side. Tandem draft in 2011 style. Story Square loses. Capjack gets back clear. I don't think Story's going to have enough. It's going to come. They're going to have to come back down.
Coming to the white flag this time?
Correct.
Yep, and the 66 around into the wall. What has happened with the 66? Meanwhile, here comes Story. He's backing off the 15. Does the 7 go with him here? Final lap of the race. Capjack Story Square. It's going to be a 2-horse race by the very look of it. Unless these guys make any sort of contact, then I think it's race on from there. There goes Story. He's weighing that he's weighing with that gap just a little bit back. Now through 3 and 4 for the final time. Story Square, Capjack. Slow car on the bottom, he's out the way. Here he comes with the run barreling out of turn number 4 through the tri-oval. He looks high. Where does Capjack go? Story Square's alone. He won't get there. Capjack will win the race. Story Square with P2. Rockstar will hold on to 3rd in that second group as they just ran out of time. And there's a wreck back here. And we have witnessed the Kevin LePage at the very back of the pack. Nike Boy, Nick Champ, Root Crew, all involved right there at the very end. I'm sure that'll have some. There'll be some comments about that at the end of the race from the drivers. And we'll see. While we wait to see who our fastest lap, I believe Capjack should be in here, and so should Rockstar from last week. I think the only person we need to add is Story Square, which I have added, and I think Justin might also have him added.
Okay.
So, Justin, if you don't mind checking that, and see if you could add him real quick.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, we'll get a full rundown here. Capjack, Story Square, Rockstar, Topster, Justin Shackett, Frankie Racing at 6, Harvick, Salt Life, Blue Pit, Nike Boy Will, Trav, Just Ken. And then the lap down cars, you have Bayhawk, Nick Champ, NASCAR 82, Tuckball, Denkate, Brew Crew, K2005, JCR JWOW, and V3 rounds out the field. And fastest lap goes to Salt Life with a 47.4. Alrighty. There's Cap Jack joining us. We're just waiting on our second place driver, but in the meantime, we have our third place finisher of Rockstar. Will be able to
start off with Rockstar if you want.
All right, you're gonna start off, or am I?
No, you go ahead.
All right. All right, Rockstar P3 on the podium once again, second week in a row. You got the third spot.
Yep, it's becoming a habit.
Yep, and this time it seemed to be a case of too little, too late for you and that entire group right there, just off of the leaders,
Yeah, the first two stages, I was just content riding the bottom, trying to stay on the bottom. But that third stage, yeah, we kind of got screwed with those two lap cars helping the first and second place cars. And then one of the people in our pack, I think blew a tire or something. He just spun out for no reason. So just ran out of luck, I guess.
Yeah, I saw you were up in the top 5 all night, and there at the end you just needed one more lap, it looked like, to make a real run at those two up front with the lap cars.
Yeah, I don't know how Captain did it. I would have blew a tire and ran out of gas. I don't know how he only took 2.
Yeah, that was a very, very wild to watch. There, just you think if the lap cars weren't a factor, you think you guys catch them?
Yeah, absolutely. There would have been 4 of us and only 2 of them. I mean, they were spread out to begin with. I think we would have caught them fairly quick. But those 2 lap cars kind of helped them get bunched up.
Yeah. Just how it sort of falls out sometimes here, so unfortunate for you, you just didn't have enough time to get there, but still a nice podium for your efforts, I'd say.
Thank you, sir. I'll take 3rd. I'm happy with it at Dega.
Great points at it, at least.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you were up there a whole lot. But anyways, Dad, how about you take a second place, Story Square?
Well,
yeah, I'll definitely take it.
Seems it was a pretty quiet night for you, and then all of a sudden you were up there battling for the lead. What more did you need there at the end to really make the pass and go for it?
Maybe a little more help. Like, we had 2 lap cars, and really I kind of got to the 44 with a lap car, so that definitely helped. But once we got there, I tried to make a move, but there's another lap car right in front of us that he was able to draft off of and keep the lead. And then I actually lost a car, or a lap car got in between me and him, so that kind of prevented me from making any type of move.
Yeah, I was pretty much thinking whenever you were going to make the move, there was the buffer car, and Jack would kind of know exactly where to go block. He had plenty of time to do it with the buffer car there.
Oh, you're gonna make like 2.8 mil.
But I'll still take a second. Definitely pretty good.
Great showing. You got anything, T-Bird?
I mean, this is obviously your first weekend in GC with you run both races here tonight. I mean, just what's your thoughts about the race and all that? I mean, granted, it's Talladega. It's not going to be the greatest showing of racing, but just your thoughts about how everything went tonight.
I thought it was pretty clean most of the time, especially for this race. Now, there were a few moments in the race where I'm surprised we didn't wreck. Like, we're randomly going 3-4 wide every once in a while. People would check up. I mean, but I thought it was pretty clean with people actually giving breaks and letting off to let people save it and all that. So that was pretty good.
All right, that's some nice feedback, and that's great. Hope to see you out here next week once again.
Definitely.
All right, and with that, we'll now move forward to our race winner, and for the second week in a row, it's Cap Jack in that 44. How did you manage to hold off the 99 right there at the end?
Luck. Luck and Denke going with me and leaving the 99 out. He started pushing me instead of following the 99, which it helped. I was not expecting coming out of green flag stops to be out in the lead by 5 seconds.
Yeah, you were out there quite a lot when you came out, and I was sitting there wondering, like, where's everyone else? Shouldn't other people be here?
Now, when you did 2 tires for that, right?
Yeah.
How close were you on fuel and left sides?
I was fine on fuel. My left sides were in the mid-40s.
I'd say that's quite a good job, especially in an Xfinity car with a conservative tire then.
All you gotta do is throw your left sides up on tire pressure.
Yeah, that's true.
Once you get it above 50, well, you can get it to like 45 and you're fine to take 2 every stop during green flags.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be your pro tip of the night from Cap Jack, the race winner himself.
That's why experience wins races.
Yep, you're right about that. I mean, this is someone who has been around and he's got himself another win with that experience, so congratulations once again, Cap Jack, back-to-back weeks. You think you could make it a three-peat at Atlanta next week?
Yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of nonsense that can happen at Atlanta.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Which is why I'm excited to be back in the booth for next week with that race.
Yeah, we get a car count like tonight. That'll be an exciting show.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I was shocked to come out with that big lead though, because first stage I couldn't get the track position. Second stage took 2 and got up to P3. I'm glad that someone didn't pit, because that knocked me down to start P3 in stage 2 and 3. That was a big help. It was annoying with Shackett leading because he's sitting there dragging the brake.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, I had taken 2 tires too, but like I came out with no one, so I was definitely surprised by that too. And then a lap car was of course behind me, and I'm pretty sure the lap car came out with me. So I started checking up because I thought maybe if he can get to me, I can actually get the lead, but checking up did not help.
Yeah, we ended up with you getting behind me before you made your move when you first caught me. It allowed me to get into the draft of Bayhawk.
Yeah, I was definitely hoping I'd catch you before him, but the moment that I made the move, that's when you got the draft, and I was like,
yep.
No.
And then once we got single file, I was hoping you weren't gonna make a move until 2 laps to go, so it guarantees they wouldn't get into our draft.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to wait, and we were keeping a pretty good distance, but anymore.
Let's get in the rest of all night long. Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern at the famous Brickyard on the Oval. Well, from GCSports, this is T-Bird and